watching KWQC TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month. We sit down with a doctor to talk about signs to look out for and why this disease is occurring in younger adults. Spring is right around the corner, but it's never too early to think about summertime. We'll learn more about summer camps for kids at the Figge Art Museum. Plus, we will meet this week's adoptable four-legged friend from QC Paws. She's standing by, calming down in the studio. Can't wait to introduce you to her. Welcome to Quad Cities Live. We appreciate you for watching today. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kyle Keel. Morgan has the day off. Well, the days are getting lighter and longer, and there's no better time to march into your library than right now. Here to talk about what's going on this month at the Rock Island Public Library is Lisa Lockhart. Lisa, welcome back to the show.
Oh, thanks for having us again.
Yes, it is always a pleasure to have you back. So we're marching right into spring. It officially starts here really in a couple of weeks. We've got daylight saving time this weekend, but still technically winter. And you had a really successful winter time at the library with your winter reading. Let's talk about those results.
We had a lot of people who apparently wanted to escape winter through a book.
Absolutely. Good way to do it, right?
Yeah. We had more than 187,000 minutes, which is about 3,100 hours of reading, and so we just blew right past that reading goal, and that is what we want to see.
Yeah, so that reading goal was 125,000 minutes. I remember us discussing this last year, so exceeded that goal by 62,000 plus minutes.
It's great results.
So we're going to raise the bar for next winter?
You bet.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some events that are coming up. First, we've got one that happens tonight that you wanted to focus on.
Yeah, we have Investing in Taxes. It's a two-part seminar with the Society for Financial Awareness. The first one is tonight, and it's investment planning for retirees.
Okay.
And then the second one is next Wednesday, March 11th, and it is kind of on tax strategies and Roth conversions. And again, very practical information you need to know if you're approaching retirement, in retirement, thinking about building retirement savings, all of the above. And it is a completely free and educational program, so you don't have to worry about any kind of sales pitch or any of that.
Okay, so that's tonight at 6:30, and again on March 11th at 6:30 at the Watts Midtown branch. So do we need to register ahead of time for this?
Nope, just show up.
All right, just pop in. That's easy enough. So one sure sign of spring at the library is your very popular seed library. I love this idea that our local libraries are getting into it. So that starts this month, right?
It starts March 16th.
March 16th. Okay, so mark your calendars here.
Yeah, and
we've
people
got the
have
seed
been
library.
asking for it, honestly.
Okay, yes, it's becoming more and more popular. So explain to our viewers how this works.
So you come to the library, and the change this year is that we will have a small seed library catalog at our branches as well as the downtown building.
Oh, very nice.
And so you get to pick out 5 seeds of any variety, take them home, try them out, come back the next month, pick out 5 more. You're not obligated to save seeds, but if you want to save seeds and bring them back, we can put them back into the collection. That kind of happens more towards harvest. But yeah, it's a really popular program. I think we gave out more than 3,400 seed packets last year.
Wow, yeah, I hear it's getting more and more popular here.
Yeah.
As people are getting wind of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, there are other libraries doing it, and that's great because it expands the capacity of the program.
All right.
Yeah.
So what else do we have going on?
Oh gosh, we have a lot of history this month.
Yeah, Women's History Month, right?
Women's History Month, and then also, of course, it is 2026, and it's the 250th anniversary. So this next Wednesday, the Rock Island Arsenal is going to be joining us for another one of their series. This year it's called America's 250th. Okay. And it is on the French and Indian War.
Yeah, okay.
And then the next day, March 12th, we have a program called The Founding Mothers of America.
Okay.
And that is all those unsung women, spies and soldiers and writers and printers and artists who we really played a big role in the founding of America, but we don't hear about them as much. And so you're going to learn their stories, and that's a free program that you can drop into on March 12th.
Yeah, very important footprints in our history, that is for sure. So we want to mark our calendars for those events to commemorate not only the 250th, but Women's History Month. So let's go ahead and talk about what's going on for kids a little bit later this month as well, because we've got things of all ages, or things to do for all ages, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we we've got our after-school programming going on twice a week, Tuesdays at Watts Midtown and Thursdays at Southwest. And they're doing a lot of fun things this month. They're doing leprechaun crafts and apple planting and, you know, sticker making. And that is a drop-in program from 3:30 to 4:30. And it's free. It's something great for them to do. The other thing we have coming up is the 5 Nights at Freddy's Pizza Party.
Oh, yeah.
That's for teens. They'll be playing video games on our big screen.
They'll love that.
At the Watts Midtown branch. So we have pizza, as the name implies.
Yeah.
And it's all based on that 5 Nights at Freddy's video franchise, which if you know, you know, right?
Yeah, if you know, you know. My kids want to watch it, but they are way too young for that, I'll tell you that. But yeah, you got a cookbook available as well. And real quickly, we want to talk about the Library to Go. Library on the road.
It is back on the road.
Yes.
It's another sure sign of spring.
Absolutely.
And so Mondays and Thursdays, it's out on the road, and then we're doing school visits the rest of the days. And so to check those routes, just go to our website, and those are all posted. But yeah, great way to have the roving bookmobile visiting you.
I'm sure the kids get super excited to see that roll on into town. And we want to talk about a couple of events coming up in April before we see a return here to the show.
Yeah, we're going to have a program on debunking myths about dietary supplements with Dr. Rosenbaum.
Okay.
Very topical.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, April 2nd. We have our last Tuneful Tuesday of this season coming up, and we have the Cherry and Jerry Ragtime Show.
Oh,
they were last year in 2024, and they were awesome.
All right, glad to have them back again.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And then we have our Kids Graphic Novel Book Club. I have an example of Bat Cat here today, here.
Okay.
And that is a graphic novel that we'll be reading next April.
All right,
yeah.
Sounds great. Well, we'll look forward to everything else going on at the library next month. And if you want to look at the events that we talked about and so much more, everything happening at the Rock Island Public Library, head to rockislandlibrary.org. Lisa, thanks for being here today. Happy spring. Spring has sprung, but let's not get too comfortable with these warmer temperatures, right?
Oh, darn.
It's the Midwest.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you next month, Lisa. Thanks so much. Well, next on QCL, it's Adoptable Four-Legged Friends Day, and we will learn more about this furry friend. Her name is Phoebe, and she is looking for a home. We'll catch up with her next and also find out how you can play some trivia to support QC Paws. It is time once again for Adoptable Four-Legged Friends. Week after week, we hear our local shelters are packed full of animals ready to find a home. But we do have good news from our next guest from Rock Island County Animal Care and Control. Abby Eisenberger from QC Paws is here to share the great news. Abby, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes, and of course, you can't come to the show without bringing an adoptable furry friend.
Definitely.
So we've got Phoebe here with us today, and she's a puppy looking for a good home.
Yeah, she's about 9 months old. She's a pit blend. She's still learning basic commands.
She is.
She's very anxious here, but yeah, she's a really sweet dog.
She really is. Yeah. Yes, she's loving the little back scratches there. So like you said, she's had very little training with her previous owner, so she would probably go good with a family who's got really the experience and the time to really sit and work with her.
Willing to also get a trainer for her too, because she's lacked that basic training in the beginning. So
Yep. Okay, what's her temperament?
She's timid.
Timid.
It takes her a little bit to warm up, but she, like I said, she is very sweet when she gets to know you. So approaching slowly, so probably no small children at this point.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Yeah, she's warming up to me a little bit. She was a little, she questioned me just a little bit, but I think we're okay now. All right, so let's talk about that great news, because the number of animals in your shelter aren't as high as what they've been recently. That's great news.
Yeah, it's wonderful news. I've definitely noticed a lot of relief in the staff. She agrees.
She's like, take me next.
Yes,
take
please.
me next.
Get me out of there.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, that's fantastic news that people are out there adopting, and hopefully less people are surrendering those animals.
Yeah, we've seen kind of a lower in surrendering. Mostly in the dogs, surrendering. Cats is less, but
sure,
it happens.
All right, yeah, most definitely. So obviously you all really could use funding year-round at QC Paws. So you've got a big fundraising event coming up here in just a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, it's 21st.
The 21st.
Yep, it's at the Stern Center. It's our trivia.
Okay.
Yep, it's 8 people to a table.
8 people to a table. Yeah. So do you buy a table or is it individual tickets?
So yeah, you can get a group of 8 and buy. So it's $80 a table. So
okay,
it's basically
perfect.
$10 a person.
All right.
Yep. And then you can either do that on the qcpaws.org or you can come into the shelter directly with your table name and just pay the $80 either cash or check.
All right, perfect. So we've got the information there on the screen. The doors open at 4 o'clock. The event will be starting at 5 o'clock at the Stern Center there in downtown Rock Island. So again, there's going to be some raffles, some silent auction. Again, all money goes right back to Rock Island County Animal Care and Control. And you've also got the vaccine clinics that are opening.
Yeah, we have a newer one. That's on Thursdays between 8:30 and 11 in the morning. It's just basically twice a month. So yeah.
Sure. Okay.
We just started it, so it's not very busy.
All right. Awesome. So hey, there you go. Now it will be busy now that you've said that.
Yes.
But you know, it's really a good way to get a cheaper option for vaccine and of course the chips as well. And of course, we want to remind people that you're always looking for volunteers. So if you'd like to volunteer or adopt an animal at QC Paws, they are located on 78th Avenue in Moline. You can give them a call at the number on your screen. Visit their website, qcpaws.org, and of course, you can follow along with updates on Facebook, including with that trivia event at facebook.com/QC Paws. Abby, thanks so much for joining us, and let's get Phoebe a home, huh, sweet girl?
Yes.
All right,
she's ready.
She's ready. All right. Well, thank you both so much. Well, next on Quad Cities Live, an important conversation about colon cancer. We sit down with a doctor from Unity Point Health when we come back.
Quad Cities Live continues.
Colon cancer is now the leading cause of cancer deaths among people younger than 50 years old in the United States. That's according to the American Cancer Society. And early detection is key to beating the disease. However, colon cancer may not cause symptoms early in its stages, which is why early screening is so important. Dr. Mitch McKenzie is here to talk about this very important topic. He is a general surgeon with Unity Point Clinic Surgery. Welcome to the show, doctor.
Thank you, Rodney.
Yeah, obviously a very important topic that we need to talk about. March, of course, is Colon Cancer Awareness Month. So let's talk about this early onset of colon cancer in younger people. This has really been a trend over the last several years.
It has been, and the American Cancer Society changed their recommendation in 2018 to drop colon screening from 50 to 45. The U.S. Preventative Service Task Force followed suit in 2021. And we've been seeing an increase in younger patients developing cancer, about 2% every year since 1990. So this historically has been thought of as a older disease, but we're seeing it in younger patients.
Yeah, and you know, talk about the family history. If you have a family history, it's really earlier than those typical screenings, right?
Correct, yeah. So it's very important to know your family history because the recommendation is if you have a first-degree relative, a parent, a sibling, a child who is diagnosed, the recommendation is actually 10 years prior to the age they were diagnosed.
Okay.
Also, it's good to know if there's some genetic history in the family so you can get genetic testing, which could even change that to even earlier.
Most definitely. The genetic testing can give you a lot of answers and is certainly important. So what are some of the really, I guess, signs that we need to look out for with colon cancer? I mean, as we mentioned, some of those early stages, you don't really get any symptoms.
Correct, and you may not have any signs at all with colon cancer. Things to definitely keep an eye out for are blood in the stool or darker stools. Change in bowel habits that occurs over an extended period of time over the course of a couple weeks. Abnormal or unsuspected weight loss, or a sensation of bloating that continually occurs over a period of time also.
Okay, so look out for those symptoms. And we were talking about, you know, younger people dying from this disease. Of course, recently in the news, James Van Der Beek, he passed at 48 years old with colon cancer. And I guess the positive that comes out of this is that people see that, you know, he's so young, and that really gets a lot more people calling you on the phone asking about early detection and how they can get their screening.
It does. It's unfortunate when these things happen, but it does raise awareness. And many younger individuals don't even realize that this change in screening recommendation has occurred. If you look at the data, only about 37% of those between 45 and 49 years of age actually do get the screening that they're supposed to get.
Wow. And you know, I think a lot of people they have this fear of getting like a colonoscopy, but really this is not a very big invasive surgery.
It is not at all. It's an outpatient procedure. It's done under sedation, and there are other actual stool tests that can be done on a yearly basis to forego a colonoscopy.
Okay, so if someone does get that cancer diagnosis, what can they expect as far as treatment and support from Unity Point Health?
So at Trinity Cancer Center, we have an all-encompassing care for our patients, from diagnosis through treatment, and finding the right treatment for them. What they can expect could be surgery, could be chemotherapy, radiation, or immunotherapy as part of their treatment course.
All right, and of course you've got all of the support there at Unity Point Health. And beyond this screening that we talked about, what are some lifestyle or preventative steps that people can take to really reduce their risk of getting this cancer?
So there are certain things that they're looking at: high processed foods, eating low fiber diets, not having enough vegetables, whole wheats in their diet, cured meats. Other things they're showing obesity and those things that can lead to type 2 diabetes, which significantly increases the risk of colon cancer or any cancer development.
All right, certainly an important conversation to have. And if you would like more information about colon cancer and all types of services Unity Point Health provides, be sure to visit their website, unitypoint.org. Dr. McKenzie, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Well, next on QCL, summer camps at the Figgy. There are several camps your kids can attend. We'll have a preview when we come back.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Spring may be right around the corner, but parents, it's never too early to think about summer camps for your kids. And if your child is interested in arts, the Figgy Art Museum may have just the camp for them. Heather Aronson is here to give us the early details on the Figgy summer camps. She is the Director of Education at the museum. Heather, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. So let's get a quick overview of the camps. I mean, I feel like we were just talking about this.
I know.
And it's already coming around the corner.
Every semester it's something new.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So give us an overview.
Oh my gosh, well, we have so many things to offer. I've literally been staring at these for weeks because my newsletter deadline's coming.
Yeah.
So we have over 50 options this summer and I think almost 60 if we're counting adult options too.
Really?
So we have camps for like the 1 hour, I want to do something fun for kids, to like intensive 1 week teen puppet camp, like learn how to make a puppet and do the whole thing in a week.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So it really, there's a pretty broad range of availability. So we're pretty excited.
All right. So we're talking Kaleidoscope camps, studio school camps, and art academy programs.
Yes.
So what are the differences between these camps?
So Kaleidoscope is a wonderful program that used to be at Augie for years that we incorporated a couple years ago. They're fantastic. We have a variety of teachers. Those are the 1 hour camps, and they're like Monday through Friday. It's 1 hour. They have different age ranges. Perfect. So like you're like 1st through 3rd, 4th through 6th, and then like junior high age. Okay. And those are like 1 hour, and we have them all through June, every week in June.
Okay.
And then we have like our art academy camps. So those are a little more in depth.
Yes.
Those are for kids like where art is starting to be their thing. And so it ranges wildly. Like you can do clay. We have our clay studio. So, you know, getting excited about one of the exhibitions we have. You can do like Native American culture and learn about clay, or you can do storybook telling and like create a character, or you can do Under the Sea. I mean, it's just, it's pretty broad.
So it sounds like you have something maybe for someone who's just a beginner in art, or maybe someone who's got a little more experience.
Yeah.
All right. What's the feedback been from these camps? Because obviously, I mean, you've got dozens to offer. So I mean, these are very popular, aren't they?
They are. We fill up fast, and that's how we kind of, June is definitely the focus month. Everybody's out of school. Everybody's like looking for activities. So every week in June, there's offerings almost all day long. Okay. July, again, more heavy offerings. Once we get to August, it tapers off. Okay. Feedback's been good, and that's why we try to offer that variety. So it's like the 1 hour versus like a few hours at a time, depending on your intensity and your child's interest. So yeah,
all right,
so it covers everybody.
Yeah, so we're in the beginning of March right now. So can we sign up right now for these?
So you'll be able to sign up in about 1 week.
1 week. All right, mark
my deadline is Friday, right?
So you're a busy woman.
I know. We're going to get everything loaded to our website, and we'll blast that out through social media and on our website and through calendars. And so people will be able to register online. You can also always call us if you have any questions about what you see or need more information. Yeah, you can do everything online, or you can give us a call too.
Okay, perfect. So is this kind of like a first come, first serve basis? Is there like a limit in each sort of camp?
We try to keep, for kids classes that are pretty intense, we try to keep them limited to 15 students. There's a few classes that have maybe 20 openings.
Sure, okay.
But usually about 15, so they're not huge classes. So you don't get lost in the shuffle. The kids really get a lot of attention from the teachers.
Yeah, and I think that gives more options for maybe a little bit of one-on-one attention for maybe specific questions that they might have and they might not feel comfortable asking in a larger setting. So we're looking at the variety of different art that these kids are working at past camps here. So is there anything else that you'd like families to know about these summer camps?
One thing I really appreciate about our summer camps is that we do have the museum right there. So the art is outside to go visit the art and get inspired and hopefully be encouraged to make. And the other thing I really like is that within the class, like we try to keep them small, is that the students, we have a curriculum, we have ideas, but art is about trying new things. So there's always room to like be creative and expand and try something. If you're a kid and you're like, I'm really interested in this aspect, we'll let you lean into that. And I think that's a really nice option in our camps.
Yeah, no better place for inspiration than the museum itself, that's for sure. Well, if you'd like to learn more about the summer camps or the current exhibitions going on at the Figge, be sure to visit FiggeArtMuseum.org. I was just in there the other day. Lots of great exhibits going on. So,
pretty cool.
Heather, thank you so much. And we'll be on the lookout for those summer camps in about a week. All right, well, thanks so much for watching Quad Cities Live. Join us again for our next live broadcast Thursday at 3. We'll see you then.